Hello everyone, new setting, but it's not gonna be for long because I'm going to move up to the King of Stockholm soon. Maybe not the king, but be a honorary member of Stockholm soon, I hope. Today I'm gonna explain my predictions for the UEFA Women Euro 2025, which is gonna be like 1 or 2 weeks away. I believe it's 1 week away because it's gonna be a very interesting tournament here again that I'm gonna predict. And we are starting right off with Group A, which has Switzerland, Norway, Iceland, and Finland. And here I have only one definite decision clear that Finland is gonna go out in the group stage in fourth place. I can't see them getting more than a 1 point against Iceland. That's like the best thing they can hope for here, Finland. They have done very well to qualify here again. They beat Scotland in the playoffs, which is a decent nation, but they are gonna have a very rough time a day against Switzerland, Norway, and Iceland, who are three nations that are maybe not the highest level, but they are three decent nations, so to speak. Switzerland have never gone past through the group stage before in a Euros tournament. Norway has in the past. They were very good, even in the World Cup in the beginning of the 90s. But in the recent Euros, they have gone out twice in the group stages. And Iceland was so close to qualify from the group last time with Belgium, Italy, and France. They actually drew all three of their group matches, so they were undefeated. Can they carry it through to this one? I believe they can. I think Iceland are a team that is going to be very hard to beat, especially since Switzerland and Norway have played them in the UEFA Nations League, and they have all drew with them. Iceland have only lost to France in that group, but Norway have beaten Switzerland, which I believe is going to be the edge for Norway and Iceland to go through. Even though Switzerland's team are looking pretty decent, they have a little bit of a turmoil on home soil. And I believe they are going to be the first home nation since 2005 they are going to go out in the group stage. Which is very unhappy for Switzerland, but I mean, Norway and Iceland, I believe those two are going to go through in Group A. How far will they go? We'll see about that in the later part of the video here. But now, let's go through to Group B. Spain, Portugal, Italy, Belgium. Spain is definitely going through in Group B here. They are one of the heavy favorites for this whole tournament. I believe it's them and France, I believe, who are the top favorites. Maybe England and Germany as well. But I believe Spain and France have like the most quality squad of these 16 nations here. And I believe they will easily cruise this group. Because Portugal, Italy, and Belgium, all three are... They are in the mid-table, but Italy did a very good Nations League, but have failed to qualify from the last two tournaments they've been into. It was the last World Cup, where they had South Africa, and they didn't qualify through that group. And Argentina and us. So, I don't know, Italy in tournaments, they seem to not be in the best form there. And Belgium actually qualified through the group above Iceland last year. But I don't think Belgium can do it again. Portugal is an interesting nation. They were in the World Cup, and they almost sneaked through past USA there, but they finished last in the Nations League group this time around. But they did manage to get 4 points. They could surprise a few people here, including Belgium, who I believe they actually drew with, if I recall. No, they won actually one game each. But Belgium won 1-0, 3-0 away. Portugal won 1-0 away. So each won one game away. But this is gonna be a really tough one to go through to the second one. But I'm gonna say that Italy have the quality now. They have been doing good results in the Nations League. I think they thrashed Wales 4-1 in the last game. So they are going with a little bit of momentum. They maybe have to play. No, they finished second in our group. Denmark actually finished third in our group. Spoiler alert, for the Nations League there. But I believe Spain and Italy will go through, and Portugal and Belgium will go out. But I wouldn't be surprised if they are gonna be a very much neck and neck, like a 9-4-2-1 or 9-3-3-3 even. They could all beat each other there, but I believe Italy had a little more quality with Caruso, Bonansea, Girelli. They have not finalized their squad yet, so that is a little little flag there for Italy. But now then, let's go to Group C, where we have Germany, Sweden, Denmark, and Poland. Congratulations to Poland. They are making not only their UEFA Euro debut, but a first tournament in the women's tournaments in history. They've never qualified before for any World Cup or any Euro. But sadly, even though they have Pajor, who is blistering the fields down in Barcelona, I can't see them getting passed through the other three teams. They can shake both Sweden and Denmark up and steal a point from them. But I can't see them going through this group. I'm sorry, Polish friends, but you are getting fourth here. Now, for the other three, I'm going to say Germany and Sweden are going through to the quarterfinals. I feel like that 6-1 defeat has given Sweden some huge momentum, especially with Blackstenius doing a hat trick, who hasn't been on the best form before, but after that Women's Champions League final, she was on fire against Denmark. She had a little rest against Italy, but she is on fire at the moment. And I believe we have a chance to go through top, but it depends on how great Germany are, because this is their first tournament without Pop. They are having still some decent players. Bull, Schüller, Freigang, Debritz, Nuskin in the midfield, and Berger in goal. So they have some good players still, but they have done some more thrashings in their Nations League group as well. So I believe Germany will finish top and Sweden second. But I wouldn't be surprised if those two are like flipped. I could see Sweden winning in the group, but second place is more logical. And now that we have the Group D, the group of death with a big D. Wales, France, England, and the Netherlands. Now, I'm going to say this. Also, congratulations to Wales for their debut in a big tournament. And even though you manage to get points against us, I'm sorry. You maybe all have a dragon on your flag, but against these three big footballing dragons, I'm sorry. You are getting eliminated. You maybe can steal 1 or 2 points from England or Netherlands, but France, I think France are gonna thrash you. I wouldn't be surprised if they are gonna be like 3 or 4-0 there. But Wales are solid defensively. Now then, with the other three, I believe France is gonna win the group. They have, even though they are missing Renard, like, listen here, they have so many people. They are very good here. They have Malar, Baltimore, Diani, Cascarino, Catoto up front. Karchawi, Baksha, Lacroix at the back. Pedro Magnier in goal. Gayoro, Madri in the midfield. They are only taking 4 midfielders though. So that could be very interesting. So if they are getting injuries in the midfield, it could be a little warning for France there. But I believe they are going to win this group of death. But then, England against the Netherlands. Now, normally everyone would say, well, England won the last Euro and they have been second in the last World Cup. I'm not so sure because England is missing Mary Earps and Millie Bright from this squad. They have some young talent coming through. Now, let me see here if I recall the squad here for England. They are having Kelly, Russo, Lauren James, Beth Mead, Hemp. Lauren James was actually a little bit of surprise because she has been injured. And they still have Bronze, Greenwood, Williamson in the defense. And Walsh and Stanway in midfield with Ella Toon. But it is a goalkeeper department that is a little bit tricky. They don't have that experience of a goalkeeper, and that could be really, really huge for this tournament. And also, Netherlands are having an interesting squad as well. They have Berenstein and Miedema up front, but also Roord, Spitze, Van de Donk in the midfield for the experience, and Jansen and in the back line with Wilms as well. And Van Domselaar in Arsenal as a young goalkeeper who has been around for a little while. And I believe, you maybe call me crazy, but I believe that Netherlands are going through above England. Yes, I think the defending champions are going to be eliminated in the first round. But it's going to be a very, very close because they have Netherlands first, which if they have a shaky performance there and don't get a win, they could easily fall out there. And they are having France in their second match, which is going to be huge then for Coach Arena Wiegman to really come off with a win there. But I can't see them getting past England. France and England were in the same qualifier as us. And France, I believe France beat them both times. Or at least they have I must double check here so I don't say. No, they actually won one each. They actually won one each there. So that could be very, very interesting there if England became under pressure. But I'm calling it. So now then, for the quarterfinals, A and B, C and D are facing each other. So in that case, I would have Norway against Italy or Iceland against Italy. Who is going to finish on top of Group A has a good chance to going through to the semis, because Italy are not the strongest nation, but I'm going to shock you a lot. I believe Iceland win that group, win the quarterfinals against Italy, and going through to the semifinals. Spain versus Norway. Spain. I can't see the Norway beat Spain with their ridiculous squad of Guiaro, Bonmati, Puteas, Pararello up front, who is a very, very good player, by the way. I really love watching Pararello fly through the field. Now then, Sweden against France. I'm sorry, but France are going through there. Sweden, you may have done well to going through the group, but quarterfinals is the last piece of the puzzle. And Germany versus Netherlands. I'm gonna say Germany. Germany are going through to the semifinals from that one. Even though Netherlands have done good, I believe Germany are a little bit too strong for Netherlands. I mean, Netherlands lost to them 4-0 in the last group match, but it didn't really matter that much. It was only for a Nations League final, which I believe Netherlands didn't really want to be in. They were in the finals the first time, I believe, if I recall correctly. Let me see here. Because I believe they were in the same group with England. Yes, they were actually. And they actually won also one each. Both on home soil that time. So, yeah. That is going to be very, very interesting, that group, for sure. Now then, the semifinals are then Germany versus Iceland. Sorry, Iceland, but your fairy tale ends here in the semifinal. Germany are going to be too strong. Or, if Sweden actually managed to win the group, I could easily see this, that Sweden can go through to the final. But it's all going to be depending on the group stage. It's all going to depend on that. So Sweden can go through to the final, but the most logical are Germany are winning that group and Sweden out in the quarterfinals against France. Because Spain versus France, I believe the winner there is going to take home the trophy. Because I can't see anyone else beating these two teams. These two are by far, but I believe Spain have their best squad on paper. So I'm going to say they are winning that semi and winning the final against Germany. But it could easily be the other way around, that France are winning against Germany. So, there we are. I'm going for some really interesting bold shouts. You can easily flip England, Netherlands. You can easily flip Sweden and Germany. You can easily flip Iceland and Norway. So I have gone for some very, very bold shouts. But do I believe in them? No. Yes, I believe that at least 8 of them are going to be right. I believe at least 8 is going to be right here. So, who do you think is going to be the winner? And also, the biggest flop, England. The biggest surprise, Iceland. And the winner, of course, Spain. I believe Iceland, if they are winning that group, they can easily go through to the semifinals. But I believe that Iceland-Italy quarter, or that Norway-Italy quarter, is going to be on pens. Because Iceland is so hard to beat on both home and away. So that was my prediction. Who will you think is gonna be the winner? Check out and comment down below here, and I will see you around next time.